There's that off. I'm going to be mean and I'm going to tell you later. We need the Valtra. We want to put the hedge cutter on it because there's some gateways and junctions that have got really dangerous the last few weeks as the new growth of the hedges come out. You're not allowed to cut hedges unless it's a highway hazard, and these are definitely a highway hazard, and we won't be disturbing any nests because it's just in the long sort of single branch growth, but you can't see to get out one of the yard gates, for instance. We're going to see if we could turn the 12-metre drill round in the shed without going outside and getting it wet. Should be able to, as long as we don't give it any more drawbar rash. Morgan, if there's any cream we can get for that drawbar rash. Because it's called red paint, isn't it? Maybe I'll put the buggy in the way. I thought it was out the way there, but... puts a lock on there now, it should get that, I think, without swinging the weight block into the baler. It's like riding your bike round the bedroom. You got a good 4 foot here. Maybe 5 foot. Where are you going now? Well, you're going to leave it in that corner? Oh, alright, I'll do that then, yeah. Oh, I thought we were turning it around, but we're just going to leave it in that corner. You're going to put it where the solace is parked, so hopefully you can loop there without catching the drawbar. Just I'll move this out of the way. Wind this jack down. That's in high speed mode where you pull it out, and then once it starts to get tight you click it in and it goes in slow speed mode. Just a wagon jack really, isn't it? So that's down now. It starts to get hard going. Ugh. Push that in so it clicks, and then that's now a different gear, so it's dead easy then to wind it up. Come out easy, didn't it? There you go. Should be clear now. This is the latest design of the tin. So it's basically going to have pipes running through the middle, made of irrigation pipes if we can get hold of some. You can even get aluminium ones that transfer the heat really well. We'll then have a fan at the back there blowing heat through. And if we space them like this, so we think roughly about 2 meters wide, the tin's going to be. So we're going to have 6 inch, 12 inch, 6 inch, 6 inch, 12, 12, 12, 12. So we're basically, the piece of bread's never really going to be more than 6 inches away from a heat source. Hopefully that'll give us an even spread. So we've got 3 there, but we're actually going to have 4 by 4. And that hopefully gives us the heat distributed evenly for what we require. That's how many cubic centimetres equates to a kilo of bread, I think, as well. See much more there now. The hedge was kind of out here. Took up a lot of road space. He's just going to see if he can get another 6 inches off it as well, just to give us a bit more of a sight line, because every time you take a few inches off, it gives you 24 foot of vision. Well, the difference between someone running into you and someone not running into you is 20 foot. It's just a flail head spinning. C&J, and it's the 3rd load today. There's 30 loads going out, this 31 load going out of either OSR or wheat this week, so Merlot's going to be pretty busy. Well, one of them is. Bit of Taram got stuck in the edge cutter, but it's actually come out quite easy. That's just a bit that's left. Got a problem on the boiler. One of the ash augers has packed up, and I think the motor's shorted inside. We've been buying cheaper motors. They don't seem to be lasting. That one looks like it's burnt out. That's the spur. I don't know whether it'll fit. Might be a different key size. If not, we'll have to go and pick one of them up. Look like I've done a bit of work. Right, I'll go and pick a motor up now. That one absolutely stinks now. I've took it off. It must have fried itself inside. Just grabbed a motor from Cleveland Electrical in St Helens. And you can actually get a higher torque motor in the same frame size. So I'll put a standard one on, and then they're going to order me a higher torque one for next time it goes wrong, and we'll put that on. Because it only turns slow, the torque going backwards to the motor is colossal, and that's why they've been not lasting. Also had a good chat with them about a fan that can withstand the heat in the cooker for the bread. I think we've come up with a solution with what we've actually got at the yard, and I was running it by them and they think it'll work. I'll show you when we get back. That's all fixed now with a nice shiny new motor on. So that's where all them pigeons come from. You've been bringing them, have you, David?
More pigeons than I need.
You could take that one home with you. Now a really random job, delivering a small bale of straw for the Skirko competition in Halewood. And they want to put it in the village hall through 2 doors, double doors. So I've got it on a pallet. Hopefully I can boom it through the door. I'll just boom this in now. Should just miss. Don't know how far they want it. Shunt over a bit. We've got a vibration on this John Deere mower, and we think it's because this shaft has worn out. If you look, the teeth that side are really worn compared to the teeth that side. But we can't seem to find anywhere where we can buy just that yoke or half that yoke. And that is, what was it, £1,000 off John Deere?
It's 1,300 quid, yeah.
We found one on eBay for half the price, but still, we don't want all that. We just want this half here. Does anyone know where we'll get that from? It's very small though. It's only like, I think it's about 16 spline. It's about 25mm. And them cups are only about 25mm as well. But if anyone knows where we can get one of them shafts from to stop this vibrating, let us know in the comments. It'd be much appreciated. I showed you the tin design before, so now we've got to modify the container. Take that floor out, put some flat bar, 2-inch flat bar across it, so that the trays then can live lower down and can slide through. We can cut the doors off around here, so allow us to put the trays in, maybe put some flaps or even just a concrete block just to stop too much draft. Then we can place trays in, push them and slide them out the back, where we'll cut a slot in the back as well. That way then we can leave the door shut all the time so the heat's in. I've ordered a piece of glass for the roof, so we can cut a hole in the roof and put a piece of glass on, high temperature glass, so that we can see in as well without opening the doors. I've ordered some temperature sensors on wires because the Bluetooth ones didn't work. Some chains, so these lifting points up here, lashing points, we can suspend some chains down with some spreader bars across, and then the tin will sit in. The tin's going to have 2 long lumps of channel box section underneath that the forks will slot in. So that hopefully should mean that we can pass it in and leave the floor completely unrestricted. If we don't think the chains are going to be strong enough and it moves about too much, we can weld something on an angle down to the corners, but still leaving the middle free for passing the hot coals through. Then the tin's going to have tubes coming through it. Now we looked at putting a fan in that back corner. Now we're not sure if a radiator fan off a car or a truck will work well enough, whether it'll take the heat in here. But it would have been ideal if we could have attached a fan along here to blow the hot air and keep it circulating round and round the container. But if we don't think there's a fan going to be powerful enough, at the one end of the baking tray we'll make a manifold, so basically a box with a hole in the middle, so it will capture all the air coming through the tubes by sucking into a smaller tube, like a 6 or 8 inch tube. We'll bring it out, fasten it to a snout on this door that when it shuts, then on the other side of that door we'll put a pedestal fan. Now where's a pedestal fan to show you what I mean? I think they've all been put away. But a pedestal fan then, we can have it away from the container so it's not in the heat. Oh, here they are here. It's not completely in the heat. We can use that to suck the air out and it'll blow it. Now we can either exhaust it to keep the temperature down, or we can put another snout back on and a tube round and push it back in over the top of the coals to keep the air circulating and keep the warm air inside. That way, by doing it that way, these fans will then be outside of the container and shouldn't overheat. But equally, we can put one fan pointing at the other fan's motor just to keep it cool, so that the motor's just keeping cool. We've tracked down some irrigation pipe. John sorted that with, I think Dan's got it. So we can get that. We've ordered the steel to make the tin, and we're going to plasma 12 holes in it. So if you imagine the tray, the cooking tray is going to be 1.2 meters high, 2 meters wide, should fit in there nicely. And we're going to plasma 12 holes in either end. So once we start filling it with dough, we'll put the bottom layer of dough in. There's going to be 8 mixes. Once we've put them in, we'll slide some tubes in, another load of dough, slide some more tubes in, build it up, hopefully get that mixed all within a couple of hours, bang it in, ramp the heat up. We need another half a ton of charcoal. We use 200 kilos at the weekend, but we think half a ton should give us a longer cooking time. Then we'll just keep pushing that in, and fingers crossed we should end up with a 2-ton loaf of bread, which will be the world's biggest loaf of bread ever made. Some people missed why we were doing it. Well, why we're doing it is, 1, because we can, and 2, because last year we did something cool with the combine. Drove it from John and Groats to Land's End, 940 miles. Went to Cereals, had the Wurzels play next. It was really good fun. This year Cereals are like, oh, you're going to come? Don't forget, use that discount code if you want half price tickets for Cereals, and the link's below. But we were like, well, we're going to come, but we want to do something cool, so why don't we build the world's biggest loaf of bread? So thanks to Agri that are helping with the sponsorship, and also Nelstrops with their flour. But one of the things we can do, you see, if we've got a 2-ton loaf of bread, we can explain a little bit more about the maths behind it. So we can explain how much flour's in there, how much wheat's in there, and more importantly, what that loaf of bread would cost if it was in a supermarket shelf, and how much of that money makes it back to farmer level. So it's kind of like a massive illustration of the economics around the furnace and the supply chain. So that's why we're doing it. This is today's quiz question. Can anyone guess what it is? Not many on today's birthday bumper. Did I tell you as well that the Northwest Air Ambulance said if anyone wants to talk, any young farmers groups, any organisations, they could do that. Now it's 25 years old as well. Just get in touch with them and they'll do it. Anyway, Jeff Clark is the big 7-0. Stuart Sanders and I. Julie Bowling is 18.465. Don't really know what that means, but that's what it said on the comments. Scarlett Grant is 7. Tom is on there. Don't know which Tom. And Caroline Muirhead is on there. We're at £67,784 for the Northwest Ambulance. We've got one more truck to come today. I can't remember how many's been. We've lost count. At least the boiler's fixed anyway. It wasn't too bad a job once I'd got the motor, and a higher ampage motor should be better going forwards as well. So, anyone got any other ideas of how we can cook the bread more efficiently? Let us know. Or if anyone knows a fan that we can leave inside the container that'll take that kind of heat, that's either cheap or available in the next few days, because we're hoping on Saturday to do another bake, and we're hoping that this will be the one. This will be the final 2-ton loaf that will be at Cereals. While waiting for that truck, I'm going to end the video today. We've had 2 mil of rain today and 3 mil yesterday. What have you had? Let us know in the comments. Have you had a dry day or have you had a wet day? We'll see how widespread the rain's been. Anyway, that's all for today. Like I say, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And he's here. 44 ton exactly. You can't get much better than that. Right, ending the video now. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Oh, if you made it this far, click like.